All right, welcome to the first ever stat of the week where I'm gonna give a pretty mind blowing stat so we can get some clickbait and maybe start getting some discussion going and just getting people to learn some new things because knowledge is power, makes the world go round. So this week I'm gonna talk about LeBron's ridiculous streak, which can change how people look at him maybe. So LeBron James, obviously one of the best players ever. He has a current streak that's still active of 995 regular season games, scoring at least 10 points, which is by far the longest. So the next highest is Michael Jordan, who from 1986 to 2001, he scored 866 straight games of scoring more than 10 points, lasting 13 seasons. And the next highest is Kareem, who's at like 700 something. And then after that, there's a sharp drop off. The nearest player who's currently active was Kevin Durant from 2009 to 2017, who had 562 games. But in 2017, that was cut short because he got injured at the beginning of the game, unfortunately. And the next highest that's active is James Harden at 409 games. So LeBron is at almost 1,000 games, lasting 14 seasons. And what's ridiculous is that this is from 2007 to 2020. So the last time LeBron scored less than 10 points in an NBA game, the iPhone was still not even announced yet, which was because his last game was January 5th, where he scored less than 10 points, and the iPhone was announced January 9th, 2007. So iPhone wasn't even announced. And he's still going. George Bush still had 2 years left in his presidential term. Kevin Durant was still in college. Luka Doncic was 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
And Vince Carter was on an all-star team. This is how long ago this was. And Steve Nash was the reigning MVP.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is how long ago this was.
That was on, what was that? Suns or Mavs?
On the Suns.
That was Suns.
Yeah. But yeah, this is such a long time ago. It's like a completely different world. And one thing stays consistent is that LeBron James will score more than 10 points in an NBA game. And he was on track to do it last season, but because the games were cut short, he didn't get to do it. But if he plays 5 games this season, he'll get that 1,000 point mark, which is just insane to think about.
That is pretty
insane. Because most of these streaks break just either because you start getting old or you get injured mid-game, so you have to leave early. But that's never happened yet, which is just absurd to think about. And then it's just kind of crazy to think because he's not really regarded as a scorer because he's still somehow top.
Yeah.
He's somehow right now he's top 3 in scoring and like top 10 in assists, but he might retire as number 1 in scoring and top 3 in assists.
They just say whatever they can to diminish his accolades.
Like, that's one thing because people always say like, LeBron can never be the best because of MJ has 10 scoring titles.
Yeah.
But when you actually look at it, the scoring titles, even though it's obviously very impressive because that scoring ability got him 6 championships, you can't use that to like knock somebody else's like legacy because that's just not his game to get scoring titles like that.
Each their own.
Yeah, right. And because it's very obvious with LeBron's talent that he can get the scoring title every year if he wanted to, but then he would only average like 3 assists.
Right, and then what would?
But then he wouldn't. Then? But then he wouldn't be top 10 in assists. Exactly. So it's the combination of being such a good scorer and
overall,
and a good playmaker that bundles him to such a versatile, like, amazing player.
Yeah, I agree. That's pretty wild. That was pretty wild. That was a good.
That's all you have to say. That's pretty wild.
That was a good stat of the day, bro. Was it stat of the week? Stat of the day.
Stat of the week.
Stat of the week.
He's like, we're only gonna do that clip one a week. I mean, you can stop it if you want.
No, dude, I have to end it off with my tweet. My
We're gonna cut this all out.
What? It's fine. No, that's fine. We're still going off the cuff.
All right, so if we're gonna end it off, we're gonna do a stupid tweet of the week as well from your own hater.
Yep. Sorry guys, I apologize in advance for this, but if you kiss your dog on the mouth, don't worry about what's in the vaccine.
This is obviously filmed during COVID-19 pandemic, obviously.
Right. If you want to see more of this, like, subscribe, so Murtabah here can keep giving you guys fun facts.
You know it, bro.